Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and this is day 16 of the 80 Days to Your Dream Body course. Today's protein source is going to be turkey thighs with the skin, and today's going to be a back training workout. And the theme for today's workout is recovery. So right now, I'm going to be explaining different modalities that you can incorporate into your training routine to help you recover quicker and enhance the effects of your workouts. Now let's get started. And while we're resting, let's discuss the 11th recovery modality, and that is going to be myofascial stretching and ELDOA. With regard to these are two separate modalities, but I like to use them together, and also I'm going to combine them into this one video because there's a lot of similarities. First, both were developed by French osteopath Guy Voyer, who was one of my teachers, and I ended up learning about these back in 2015, and ever since 2015, I've been using them with my clients and patients, and I've been getting phenomenal results. First, let's get into each of them individually. With regard to myofascial stretching, the purpose is we are specifically targeting the muscle by strengthening the opposing muscles. So if you notice when we've been doing the myofascial stretching, whatever action the muscle is that we are stretching, we're doing the counter actions, and it's not a passive stretch, it's very, very active. So while we are stretching the muscle that we are attempting to stretch, we are actively strengthening all of the opposing muscles. So let's go with the hip joint and the myofascial stretching for the psoas major. The psoas major at the hip is responsible for flexion, adduction, lateral rotation. So when we are performing the myofascial stretching, we are actively going into as much hip extension, medial rotation, and abduction as possible to get as much stretch in the psoas major and to reinforce the stretch by strengthening all of the opposing muscle groups. With regard to the actual ELDOAs, these are basically meant to create space within a joint. And with regard to the technique, it's very, very similar where we're doing a combination of stretching and strengthening. And what we want to do is whatever joint we want to create space at, we want to use that joint, and then everything below we're going to use to create a fixed point, and then everything above is going to be a mobile point. So we are creating maximum myofascial tension along the entire kinetic chain to create the most amount of space possible within that joint. We are doing a combination of, at the bottom part, let's say you wanted to do the L5S1. Well, the L5S1 is the gap between the lumbar spine and the sacrum, so the sacral plexus. So at the pelvis, what we would want to do is take a look at what exactly attaches to the pelvis. And then we would want to actively engage all of those muscles to create a fixed point. And then everything above the pelvis, so from the L5 up, we would want to create maximum myofascial tension. So at the pelvis, the glutes attach to the pelvis at the ilium posteriorly. So we would want to maximally engage the glutes by externally rotating and abducting the knees. Then from that point over there, what we would want to do is to create even more myofascial tension. We're going to do dorsiflexion, eversion. So we're creating a lemniscate throughout the entire lower body. And then to create the mobile point above, what we want to do is take a look at all of the structures. So once again, what exactly is at that L5S1 junction? Well, we have the thoracolumbar fascia that connects to the latissimus dorsi, and the latissimus dorsi connects into the humerus. What else connects to the humerus? Well, we have the deltoid muscles. So if we wanted to create a maximum myofascial tension, we would bring the arms straight up overhead. That is going to put the lats under tension. By placing the lats under tension, we create more myofascial tension in the thoracolumbar fascia. So the thoracolumbar fascia, everything's pulling up. From the glutes down, everything's pulling down. So we're creating maximum space at the L5S1. But that is the concept of ELDOA. If you have any type of joint pain or pathology, definitely give it a try. It's a lifesaver for anybody with back pain. But our rest period is up. Time for set number 6. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. Be sure to like, share, and leave a comment as it'll help the algorithm. And if you enjoyed the content, show your support by subscribing to the channel by clicking on the icon in the bottom right corner. And if you really want to show your support, then consider becoming a member by clicking on the icon in the bottom left corner. These new high-quality videos aren't cheap to edit, and the $5 membership will really help with the video editing budget. You'll also get access to a ton of exclusive perks like early access to videos and this program design lecture playlist in the top right-hand corner. And if you want to learn how to do a one-armed pull-up, then check out the playlist on the top left corner.